Hi, my name is Lee. I'm a PhD student in the Center for Environmental Policy at Imperial College London. This is part 2 of how to take data from online sources and get it into a useful format for research. This part we'll look at how to get a series of files from a website and into your database using some nifty JavaScripts and a Windows batch file. Again, the data source I'm using today is the RAPEX system of the EU, where measures taken on non-food products to reduce serious risks are notified and recorded. So let's take a look at what these look like. You can see there's weekly reports, and here you can see the notifying country. Each one has a reference number. In this product category we have a variety of information, including the country of origin, some pictures which are not really that useful, what the issue was, and then what the measures were. So we have all this information here. Luckily for us, there's an Excel link on each week which we'll exploit in this instance, but it's also possible to get the data from the HTML code. So you can see that this is possible if you view the page source, and you could start to see that you could try to parse it out based on the code for tables. So if anyone has a methodology for do this, I know it's possible, but please post in the comments or send me an email to discuss how to do that. I'd like to know a good way to do it. So the question becomes, even if we're going to use the Excel, how are we going to do this? I mean, we could go through and open each week and click to get the Excel file, but that's going to take a long time. So we could go to Odesk and try to hire someone for a very cheap price to do this for us. Or what I started to notice is that if you look here I can't hover and show at the same time, but at the bottom of the screen you can see in here you'll see the link, and there's an order to the ID. So this is going up over time. This one right here, this last one for this week is 515. And so you can exploit that to download all these files. So how are we going to do this? You can do it by writing a Windows batch file. And so this is the video I came across that taught me how to do it. I'll put a link to it in my video. So I'll skip over some of the details because you can find out how to do it with this. So the first thing you need to do is download a Java file called URL to file. I use the Java version because I think it was the easiest to use. So download that. You'll need a Java virtual machine as well, and that's described here. So just follow those instructions. Then we put that file in the folder where we want all of our files to go into. Next we need to tell it what files to grab, so we can go back to here, open that in a new window, and here's the address. So we'll take the component of that we need. Then we can put it into an Excel file with the base component, the numbers that we want, and this is the construction for how to download the file. So basically we're telling the script where the file is located and then saving it, in this case is number1.xl. Then we can drag this down to 500 and whatever. Actually, you can drag all three at once down to as much as you need. And so then at the end, once you get to 500, we'll have a list of all the files that we need. Then what I'll do once I'm down at the bottom is copy all the way up. Select all those, Control C, and in a blank notepad file, just paste those. And then we save that as whatever.bat, and that'll save it as the batch file. So now with the batch file and the JavaScript in the same folder, just double click that, it'll open, and you can start to see here that we're starting to download all our files into one folder there. And so that'll just keep running. After the batch finishes, then we have all of our Excel files, but what we really need are CSV files. So you can go to Chris West's blog here. I found this Excel to CSV converter, so download that. Put it in the same folder as the rest of your files, then just double click to start running that, and click yes. It might take a while to finish, but eventually you have all your files in CSV, and this is what they look like. It's a bit ugly, but there's some things we can use to tease that apart. So we'll put it into STATA. We write a loop to grab each CSV file, then use regular expressions as before to grab week and year, and this time as well we can extract the country of origin from the product description. The end of the loop saves the data file, and then a separate one appends them all into one data set. You could have done this in one loop as well. Country names are often spelled differently or sometimes just wrong, and so you can use this code here to look for the ones that just come up once in the data set, and that's where the majority of the mistakes will be. You can do the same thing for the product categories as well. With our data processed now, we can see, for instance, what the top 10 origin countries were for non-food products with serious risks imported into the EU. Alright, I hope you found this quick tour useful. Please post comments, get in touch with questions, or even suggestions of better methods would be great. Thanks.